So I kind of want to get those paid off. If we get both the loans paid off, then sort of next summer, if we don't have enough money to buy a forage harvester, we can always take a loan out on it. And I'm hoping there's a gap there. So this might be a little bit tough. I did put wide wheels on, I did not put wheel weights on this one, at least not yet. The wet ground is likely damaging your cultivator. Okay, let's not do that just yet. So I'll leave that there. Now, I'm going to declare the problem we now have with that is the ground is not going to be dry enough until about midday. And then we have an hour to run the 2 cultivation jobs before we start ripping up, or till it starts raining again and cools off our ability to cultivate. So this weather is just a pain in the butt. It's going to rain through till 6 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we won't be able to do anything till about 10 o'clock. But we do have a nice night, so kind of hoping we'll check it each hour, see if it tells us that it's just too wet. And hopefully we'll get sufficiently far enough that we can finish the cultivating contracts. Oh my goodness, weather. And that's a problem, that's because we're in Scotland. It has a special weather map. Crop calendar, whatever you'd like to call it. So the weather is more typical of Scottish weather. The planting periods are more typical of Scottish planting periods. And we're running with rain paint and the mud mod. So all of those things are working against us and making this slightly more difficult than we'd normally have it. Fortunately, our mowing setup is not suffering too badly. And he's nearly done with the headlands. A little bit further and then he's going to start the rows. So I'm not going to put the tedder out there until he's finished. And then we can go and get the other things done. I could, there was a fertilization contract. I could get the Deutz out and do that. Are there more baling contracts than there were? I think there are. But yeah, there's another cultivating contract. Field 49. I'm gonna hold off on taking that. And the reason is I'm not sure we're going to get the 2 we selected to do done yet. The ground is quite soggy. Now as time goes, I'm thinking the ground gets less soggy, so that may affect our ability to do things. So I'm kind of surprised we're not digging in the mud, but maybe there's levels of the ground is saturated that's also out there. Okay, how's the Valtra? The Valtra is now on rows. But the mower here has a much narrower working width than the Tedder, which is why I'm not going to send him out anytime soon. Should we give it another go? Nope. It's damaging the cultivator. What condition is our cultivator? That one there. Our cultivator has 12 months and 17 hours on it, so it is going to damage quite quickly. Leave that there. I could take over for doing this while we're waiting for the ground to clear. Especially since this thing is having so many problems turning around. Okay, let me turn that off. Now clear the course, turn that off. There. 44 degrees, okay. So yeah, one of the reasons I put GPS on this, it allows me to do things a little bit more precisely, so we can get the job done the quickest. This tractor does cost over £3,000 to maintain when it's at 70%. So, not really a tractor I want to do too much work with. But I said that already. It's definitely cheaper than the Q was, but not by a significant amount. So I'm thinking, I didn't put the reverse roof on it. That's an option. It's not really an expensive option, but it is an option you can add. It basically puts the sunroof back here and gives me a solid roof at the front of the tractor. But it's not. That's not a pricey option. Obviously the GPS is pricey. The reverse steer is pricey. But still, it shouldn't be that serious. Or, yeah, they're not significant in the grand scheme, I don't think. 1 and 2. These turns are taking me personally a little bit longer because the steering axle's at the back, so it's a little bit harder to adjust it. Not sure how many more rows we have here. We can get this done. I'll get the Renault started, and that looks like it's fairly close to one working width to the edge. Oh no, there's a bit of a triangle at the other end, I guess. I see. Actually, it's going to be nice to have a restful day today. As I said, we did go out yesterday, which was a little bit unplanned. And oh, my back is absolutely killing me at the moment. No, this is not going to end up good. 1, 2. Go, tractor. Oh. And we're already up to 9 o'clock. So, as soon as this is done, I should be able to run over to the cultivator and see if we can get that working. Otherwise, I might have to bite the bullet and pay the extra maintenance charge on it. I'd like it if I didn't have to do that. This lined up, so what have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll put us over by the trees. The gap to the next field is directly in the middle of that fence, so hedge. So a big reason why it would be nice to have these 4 fields is just because it has the pass through from each of them to the next one, and that's going to result in a very easy cycle to work between and get them all done in one session or 2 sessions. The only thing I'm looking at here is we're relying on the Valtra to do all of the grass mowing and rowing, which is a little bit of a rather heavy reliance, especially since we want road grass. I like this mower because it does do a fairly good job of not leaving gaps between the mowing heads, which are a single with a butterfly at the back does have a problem with. So generally one pass and you've cut all of the grass. The only problem that I'm seeing is under course play, it might get that far and then lift the mower up and you've got small tufts of grass at the end of very steeply angled rows. And potentially when it turns round it's missing a little bit of the inside. You can see there where I've missed a small bit, and I will take this down here or something. It's kind of handy. Go backwards. Backwards would be a good thing. Thank you. And go. So yeah, much as I like, I haven't had an opportunity to use this kit, which is why I decided I'd like to go with it at least for now. Because it gives us the opportunity to experience something I've not used before. But it is making us heavily reliant on the Valtra. And I think with the amount of cutting that we do, having a big M would probably eventually be a better choice. So, question is, we're already on 63%. This mower is also a little bit aged. I think I put the Renault in the gateway. We're going to have to get this out of the way. Course. Generate. I guess the nice thing is because I am doing one job per tractor and generally not changing equipment, it does mean that I don't really have to change the course play setup for each of them. Okay, gonna take this back to the shed. I think while we're parked in there, we'll get it to do reverse drive, forward driving, because this is a little bit slow. We'll fix the mower and then we'll head down to the other field. Good. And I forgot to reverse it. Okay, we'll repair the mower. Which is, it's only 14 months and 17 hours. Which is kind of a little bit of a surprise in how quickly its maintenance is. Strangeness, okay. I thought those buttons zoomed out and zoomed in. They do, okay. Just sometimes. And nice looking forageable grass to our right. But I'm gonna get full cuts on all of my grass fields, which is absolutely awesome. It's going to be a good yield. It's going to leave that bunker really full. May or may not be a problem for us. That. Generate. Back, cancel back, and... Oh! Wrong way. That may be okay. Go. Oh. And you're set to first waypoint. Go. And see if you can do things now. So it's now 9:30, and I'm going to jump out and see what the ground is. The ground is still quite soggy. That's a pain in the butt. Okay, gonna let that do the headlands. Gonna let that do the things. Oh, I think we're going to go. It's going to damage the plough, but it is what it is. And plough repair shouldn't be too significant. We'll have to probably fix it. Oh, crikey. I'm saying that, but we're already down 10%. Just driving that far. That is not lightly damaging the plough. That is heavily damaging the plough. I mean, just watch it. 89. 88. 87. Just doing the headland on this field is probably going to put our plough right where it's just bad. At least it's not damaging the tractor. Okay, we'll come back. And that's done with the first lap. And the round edges, we can't quite reach the edge there. But as I've said before, I'm not too bothered with the whole missing the corners bit, because I mean we probably had 28 hay bales yesterday and 12 silage bales, which were just bonus. So I'm not too bothered with, oh, there seems to be a lot of grass we missed in the corner. Obviously on my fields I am taking the time out to get us right into the edge. And that's why I run GPS on this tractor, because I do mow my fields. I don't necessarily mow the contract fields. Now, kind of a challenge here. I could make the time go faster so the field dries out, but then it doesn't give me enough time to complete the mowing contracts, which really need to be done. So I'm not forcing my way into, you know, pushing on the time. There is a couple of fields that need limed. Could do those with the Deutz, but yeah, it's work that needs to be done, but being a bit blasé with its turns there. We do have quite, that looks like quite an overlap. I'm not too worried about that. Let's have a look. Something I could do, since we're waiting. Cultivating, fertilizing, 96. Accept contract. $96 is right there. Okay. We do have a good amount of fertilizer in the back of this. Oh, knocked the cone. Oh, killed the cone. Gives me something to do while the rest of the tractors are sitting around doing not a lot. Although this will not take probably take me longer to drive there and back than it does to actually do the field work. But not too worried about that. I have not looked at the field prices today. It's an interesting looking field to our left. What is that?